Hi guys, and welcome back to Phat Pack Magic. We have game 1 of match 2 ready for you here today. And on the right we have Wong, and on the left we have Tizok. Now it looks like Tizok has won the opening roll, and looks like his hand is good to go as Wong considers his options. Now Tizok was on the right of Wong during the draft, and so we're going to get to see what he picked over that Mock Sapphire and Library of Alexandria in Pack 1. But it looks like he's going to start off with the Skull Clamp and pass it over to Wong, and then Swamp? That's pretty much it. He has no turn 2 follow-up play, and looking at his hand and then looking at the deck list, it looks like Tizok just kind of had a really weird draft. Like, it looks like he was going for an aggressive build and then had to shift gears mid-Pack 2 or Pack 3, and then shift back again. I mean, he's got a lot of really strong red aggressive cards, even though you can't really see it in his hand. And he's got some good recursion, but it looks like some of the blue was just too good to pass up, and he picked up a good chunk of it. In his hand, you can see the Time Twister, but he's going to start off with Alesha, who smiles at death. While Wong is going to pick up a fantastic, wonderful Swamp, and it's going to look great beside the foiled Temple Garden, which is a personal favorite pickup of mine. Rob Alexander, thank you. And it looks like he drew the Recurring Nightmare, and he's going to make Alesha smile at death with a Flesh Bag Marauder. Unfortunately, there is not going to be a draw 2 because Skull Clamp was not equipped to her, so womp womp womp. But he's going to pull out a Karn, and Karn is going to instantly generate some card advantage in the form of Firebolt and Gristlebones. And I really like the Gristlebones here. If Wong picked that would be amazing for Tizok, because that can swing, deal 2 damage, equip the Skull Clamp, draw 2 cards, and then you can pull it back to your hand, because Chris would have lost life that turn. But it looks like Chris is going to say, nope, you don't get any card advantage off that Karn. Well, extra card advantage, nope. Tizok is actually 1 up from Karn and drawing a card off that. And it looks like, he's deciding what he's going to do for his turn 5 play. He's got a couple options here, but he's got an island and the Volatile Chimera. I really love that card in the cube. It's astounding, and especially astounding because on this Volatile Chimera is LS Schnorn. So next turn, Tizok could have a 33 in the third chance of flipping over LS Schnorn, and man, that LS Schnorn with the Skull Clamp, that's not gonna happen because Chupacabra, man, way to kill my dreams, Chris. Really appreciate it. I was really hoping, but Tizok draws 2 cards off this Skull Clamp, and he generates a little bit of an advantage. I mean, at this rate, and then Wong misses another land drop. That's painful. Especially because now down comes Keranos, and a Firebolt is going to 1-for-1 that Chupacabra. I mean, they've been kind of just stuck 1-for-1ing each other, gaining little bits of advantage here and there. Let's see what Chris has to offer. That Keranos is going to either deal 3 damage or draw an extra card. I mean, Lightning Bolt a turn is pretty good. It represents a pretty decent clock. But Chris is stuck on lands here. He's got not a lot of land and not a lot of ways to kind of get through that Keranos. He's going to be able to put down the token generator, which is going to be awesome. And then the Knight of Autumn kills off the Skull Clamp. And Tizok decides he's going to get extra cards off that. But he's going to play Grenzo. And it looks like this is going to be the turn where he's just going to build up a bit of board presence and then shuffle away everything. Yep, he's going to Shriek Maw. And now he's going to Time Spiral. So everything gets put back into the deck, shuffled out, and draws 7 cards. And this is the perfect way you want to Time Twister here, because you've got just a little bit of, I mean, he would have rather had more board advantage, but he's got enough. And he's at a pretty safe life total to where Chris drawing 7 cards isn't going to be able to just out of the box kill him. So they're looking at getting their second opening draw. And that Keranos is 3 mana symbols away from being a 6/5 beater. I mean, Chris can put out infinite chump blockers with that Retrofitter Foundry. But it looks like he would have much rather used it to reanimate creatures and get, like, you know, infinite uses off that Fleshbag Marauder and Chupacabra rather than now he's just stuck with 1/1s. And it looks like Chris drew a hand full of lands and a Sorin. Yep. Fetch land, Sorin, Mox. Which isn't terrible. It's going to put him a little bit back on parity with Tizok. He's going to drop the Sorin. Sorin's going to eat the Grenzo. And Chris is going to gain 2 life off of that. That's not too bad. I like the 6 mana Sorin. He's good. I mean, he's not as amazing as the 4 mana Sorin with what his deck can do, but it's definitely card advantage if he can get a turn or 2 off of using that +1. And Chris has some pretty big cards in his deck, so that +1 could deal some, well, could deal a chunk of damage, but Keranos decides to deal 3 damage to the Sorin, putting it on a clock. And let's see what Tizok drew off of his Time Twister. Looks like he's arranging his lands, 3-card Monty style. So he's got 8 lands and a lot of fun stuff he can do with it. I mean, he's got that Kenra and a Firebolt, which could finish off the Sorin or whatever. He's tapping 3. What is... he's reading the Retrofitter. Oh, he's got Dak Faden. Okay. So that's pretty good. And he's got Hellrider. And he's got the Kenra. That's pretty good. So he's going to start off with Dak Faden, which adds another 2 symbols to the Keranos, putting it up to 4. Just 3 more and he's attackable. But he draws... Ooh, wow. Time Walk. Time Walk and a Volcanic Island. Okay, so you did... I don't know about ditching the Firebolt here, but, I mean... I guess he wants to have a land drop for next turn with the Volcanic Island. So he's going to play the Flesh Carver, which is fine. It's basically a 3 mana bear. But here we go, Time Walk!
Warning! The following scene features graphic stunts performed by cube drafters or under the supervision of cube drafters. Accordingly, Phat Pack Magic and its producers must insist that no attempt to recreate or reenact any turn or activity performed on this video.
So he asks if the Time Walk resolves. Chris is like, yeah, okay, force a will. No, I'm tapped out. Go for it. Do your thing. Keranos instantly comes out. It's gonna bolt something. It bolts Chris. Tizok has such an aggressive hand for this situation, and it reminds me of those Magic the Gathering, like, puzzle magazine things that they would put in there. So let's see how Tizok navigates this turn. Looks like first he's going to drop down the Hellrider, and Hellrider is just going to be amazing here. And he's got the Earthshaker Kenra. That puts, with the Kenra, is going to make that Keranos live and active, and he's going to be swinging in for 6. So here it goes. The Grim Flayer is going to go at Sorin, I guess. But trigger's going to happen, Chris is going to take 4 damage, and then Tizok is going to deal another 11 damage on top of that, leaving Chris at 4 life. Oof. Man, if only he had swung with the Grimflayer at Chris and then kept the Firebolt in hand, he would have had to win that turn. It would have been a that turn win. Oh well, there's nothing Chris Wong can do. He's got Vraska's Contempt, but still the Hellrider is going to deal 3 damage right off the bat, even with the Keranos gone, and then another 3. There's nothing Chris Wong can do. It's just, there's nothing he can do after a turn like that. So yeah, even though Tizok didn't get the win that turn on the dime, we're still gonna count it. It's fine. It works. It's time walk. It works. So Tizok locks down game 1, and we're gonna go off onto game 2 and see if Chris Wong can make that recursion value deck work. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. Please check out the next video. We've got more gameplay to come. But real quick, at 100 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away a signature spellbook Jace edition. It's just a small way to say thank you for all the support that you've been giving me, and I really do appreciate it. So until next time, may all your packs be fat.